The velvet creaked under my feet, a muffled sound that contrasted with the tumult one usually imagines at the Opéra Garnier. That night, the atmosphere was heavy, charged with palpable tension. I had been called to a crime scene, a place where magic usually worked, but which, tonight, was stained with blood. Elodie Dubois, a rising star of dance, lay inert in her dressing room. A dagger encrusted with precious stones was sticking out of her heart. The blow was precise, almost surgical. I spent hours examining the scene, looking for the slightest clue, the smallest detail that could guide me. The bouquet of wilted flowers, the jewel forgotten on the floor. Each element seemed to tell a silent story. Commissioner Lemaire, an old hand in the trade, looked at me with a mixture of skepticism and benevolence. He had seen many crimes, but this one troubled him too. A murder at the opera is unheard of, he had murmured. As the investigation progressed, I found myself plunged into a world I didn't know. That of the backstage, of rivalries, of secrets. I questioned the dancers, the musicians, the opera staff, each with their own version of the facts, each hiding something. It was while exploring the bowels of the opera that I made the most disturbing discovery. A network of secret tunnels, forgotten for decades. At the end of one of them, a hidden room, a sanctuary where a portrait of Elodie Dubois, a young girl, was kept alongside a man I didn't know. This man was the Baron de Montfort, an enigmatic character, often mentioned in social circles. The confrontation with the Baron was the most intense moment of my investigation. He looked at me with a mixture of contempt and defiance. He denied any involvement in the murder, but his eyes betrayed nothing. I was convinced he was lying to me. As I emerged from the tunnels, under the moonlight, I felt an immense fatigue take over me. But I knew my work was not done. Elodie Dubois's murderer was still out there, somewhere in the shadows, ready to strike again. I had to keep searching, digging, leaving nothing to chance, because the truth, as painful as it was, had to come out into the open.